Hello, I'm Grace, and I'm pretty sure I got a sunburn today. Welcome to behind the scenes of Things with Cats. And my back hurts. Ow. So I thought it would be fun to do a behind the scenes video explaining how we shot some of the trickier parts of our last video, Water for Cats. Mostly I wanted to use my own name and wear a comfortable t-shirt in a video. So a bit of background context. I normally don't really write any cat stunts into Things with Cats episodes. And I'm defining stunt as just them doing kind of anything specific. We're not animal trainers here, and I really don't want to force them to do anything they don't want to do. In the very first episode, we tried to have some shots in which we're holding the cats for a long time, and they hated it. Especially Kitty, that's his real name. They hated it so much and I felt very guilty, and since then I've tried to make filming as easy on them as possible. I am the most easily guilted cat owner. I feel so bad when I have to take them to the vet or give them medicine. I'm just like whispering like, I'm so sorry. I love you, I'm so sorry, I love you so much into their little ears the whole time. If I write into an episode that the cats have to do anything, I try to keep it to something that they actually like doing, like eating a treat or eating some food or eating anything, or I make it something that they kind of just normally do a lot, like hopping up on a particular piece of furniture or napping. And in those cases, I just try to keep an eye out for them doing it naturally and just film them then. But this episode, Water for Cats, was written by two friends of mine, Josef and Grace Gordon, and they have this moment in the script where Fluffy jumps up onto the table and drinks out of a cup of water. Upon reading this, I was mildly worried about how we would pull it off, but I really liked the script, it was really fun, and both of our cats will just like generally drink out of any cup or container of water we leave out, so I figured, what the heck, let's go for it. How hard could it be? How young and naive I was. I was too optimistic. A lot of mistakes. When it came to filming it, we broke the action up into 3 chunks and tried to film each separately. 1, cat jumps up on the table with a bit of human help that was cropped out. 2, cat approaches the water. And 3, cat drinks out of the water cup. We decided to try filming this section with each of the cats in turn, so neither of them would get too annoyed and they'd get lots of breaks, but also in case one of the cats was way more into the cup of water than the other one was. Fun fact, neither of them was into it. Little did we know, we had already made a grave error. We filmed the whole sketch basically in chronological order, mostly so we wouldn't have to set up all of the water dishes until we had to, and then we could just leave them in place for the rest of the video and not worry about, continuity errors, that's the word. And so the water cup we chose was just the one that was handiest for the shot we were in, and it did not have enough water in it, so they were not interested. Moira at one point just sat down in the shot, which was very adorable, not so much helpful. So once we realized they were not interested in this cup of water, we tried to put out treats by the cup to lure them in, but mostly they just kept getting distracted by the bag of treats when I would try to take it away. Finally, what sort of worked, we should have planned all this out much better. For Moira, we would put a little bit of the cat broth stuff on the paintbrush.
Yum, yum, yum. This is so gross.
And then she would lick the cat broth off of the paintbrush. And don't worry, the paintbrush was very clean. I don't think I'd ever actually used it for paint before. I buy a lot of craft supplies I don't use. So once we figured out the cat broth worked, we filmed that last section as many times as we could. We'd already filmed it a bunch of times with the cats barely cooperating. Between all that, I figured I had enough footage to cut this together somehow. But there was one last problem I ran into in the edit. We were using new lav mics for this video, and apparently at some point while filming that last section, one of the lav mics had come, I think, partially unconnected, and the resulting sound is horrible.
You need to keep doing that until we get the new fountain, okay?
Yeah, that. And of course, it was like that during our best and most complete take of the last dialogue section, in which Moira was doing the best job she had ever done. It's because of shit like this that I dropped out of film school. Okay, I didn't actually go to film school. You can probably tell. But if I had gone, I would have dropped out because of sound problems. So what was already a tricky edit of trying to piece together the few moments in which Moira is drinking out of the cup and in which I am delivering dialogue rather than just staring at her drinking out of the cup became then even trickier because I had to try and pull audio from other takes that convincingly lined up with our mouths in the good acting, terrible sound take. I think it came together pretty well. You can definitely tell what's happening, which is the main point. In summary, 2 things that I should have done differently for this video to make my own life easier. 1, when we realized the cup didn't have enough water in it, I should have filled it up more, and we should have just reshot the moments in which you could already see that cup so they would match. 2, check our sound quality after each take. And the reasons why I didn't do these things in the first place are 1, I was too lazy, and 2, same answer. So that's it. If you liked this video and you want some more behind the scenes stuff, just comment below. And if you didn't like it, don't say anything, and I will just read into your silence every bad thing I've ever thought about myself. Water for cats. I feel like I said that intelligibly. It's a very loud car. I'm sweaty. I should turn off the AC.